Hello everyone, Pally Time here. Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. We are going to be playing Brightwing in today's video. I'm thinking of going for more of an aggressive Brightwing build. I haven't actually decided yet. We'll see. We'll base it on the enemy team comp. Brightwing has always been an incredibly strong support. She has incredible map presence and is also one of the few supports with Bribe and one of the few supports that can just do massive amount of healing without having any healing abilities, just utilizing her trait. So we'll see what kind of build I come up with. It's going to be based on what the enemy team's doing, and it should be pretty fun nonetheless. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves on Haunted Mines today. The friendly team, Rainer, Tyrande, Brightwing, Anubarak, and Zebo. The enemy team, Vala, Rainer, Tassadar, Sergeant Hammer, and the Lost Vikings. Holy crap, that is a high damage output team. And the Lost Vikings are going to be splitting up, getting XP while we're in the mines, and pushing the enemy team to an XP advantage, so they're going to be dealing even more damage. That is scary. That is seriously scary. We're going to be going with Bribe at level 1. We may have to go for a healing build instead of an aggressive, like, in-your-face style Brightwing that I wanted to go for. We'll see. We'll see. Also worth noting that our tank is the king of crowd control, but is very, very squishy. So that's making me think we need to go with the tank as well. Once again, I forgot to turn off SLI, so that's why you're going to see these weird artifacts at the top of the screen. All of the Vikings are down in the bottom lane, though. That's filling me with some joy. He hasn't split them up yet. The friendly team, however, Tyrande, is so dead. What are you doing? I'm not even going to teleport in to help with that. Not that I need to, because Sergeant Hammer is going to die and give our team first blood. Great job. That zombie wall actually cutting off his escape there. I hope that was intentional. Oh, you're going to make me so happy if that was intentional. Our Tyrande was over here. I don't know. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, man. I don't know which tent of the Vikings this is, but apparently these people, or this person, has put in some time on the Vikings, so I'm interested to see what he can do. I was in a game with a Vikings player the other day who didn't know that he could micro his Vikings independently. So let's just assume that this guy's gonna know that that's a thing. Let's just assume that. As Sergeant Hammer is sitting in the bush in that siege bow, we're just gonna polymorph him. That's polymorph her, excuse me. That's going to take Hammer out of siege mode and make her reposition. And we can go ahead and give ourselves the block and then do it again. Basically, I don't want Sergeant Hammer to, like, ever be doing anything to me ever. Alright, so my Q ability is Arcane Flare. It's this thing right here. It's pretty cool. Does damage. It has an inner circle and an outer circle. If you hit a target in the inner circle, they're going to take more damage than the outer circle. My W ability is Polymorph. It crowd controls a target. Later on, we may amplify damage on a crowd-controlled target. Let's go top mines. Gonna teleport in on Tyrande right now. This is my mount ability. It allows me to teleport to a friendly player. It looks like Anubarak disregarded what I said and is now in a fight with several members of the enemy team. He did manage to do some decent damage to the enemy Sergeant Hammer, but is going to be forced to leave. And last but not least, Pixie Dust is my E ability. It's going to be a movement speed increase on a single target. It's also going to block one basic attack from an enemy hero. Looks like the Vikings are actually down in the mines right now. This is not what you want to do with the Vikings. You can send one into the mines, but really what you want to do is split them up in lanes so the Vikings are always pushing and always generating XP. So it looks like this guy has played some games with the Vikings, but isn't playing them up to their full potential yet. I'm feeling okay about... No. We should probably go defensive. Let's get Protective Shield. I was going to get Envenom because the enemy team is so squishy. And I really think I could punish them with Envenom. The Polymorph going out on the enemy Tassadar is going to be reducing the damage that he can deal. They're basically zoning us out here with Sergeant Hammer as they are going for the Golem. Not too sure what the friendly team's doing right now. I mean, we kind of have Nazebo just chilling out here, pushing the lane. Help get the... Oh my god, words. Help get the Golem. I'm going to have to recall, but I could teleport right back. I don't have any mana. I'm no use to my team without mana. but we can hit back to the spawn, get mana, and then teleport back in as if nothing ever happened. And now we can just go in here and punish this hammer if we can get some decent positioning. Okay, this is frustrating. Hello? Hello? Come on. Do the objective! Our Nazebo was our Anubarak was jungling while there's a weak-ass golem down here. Come on now. Come on now. Alright, well this guy's about dead. I'm going to sacrifice myself to the skull gods and try to at least get us somewhat competitive as far as the skull counter goes. Hi, Rainer. Thank you for coming, but you're a little late. I know you were down here earlier and you gave your life up for the skulls, sir. I appreciate your contribution. I mean, our Nazebo is split pushing. It got us half a level advantage that's going to be nullified really quick by the fact that they have a bigger golem, which is going to be able to push down our structures. I'm going to recall yet again. We are going to be picking up Regenerative Rains. Soothing Mist, which is our trait, which heals everyone around us, is going to be cast upon ability use. So we can come in here, cast an ability, and our trait goes off. Cast another ability, and our trait goes off. That's a really good way to rapidly heal your allies. Let's get this tower down really fast before this golem starts pushing. We're going to need every little bit of XP advantage that we can get. I'm going to check up on the middle mercenaries, make sure the enemy team is not going for those. I don't think they are. Well, it turns out they are. Maybe we can get some help in here really quick. Let's be honest, with the responsiveness that we've gotten from our team so far, I would actually be really surprised. Let's go ahead and polymorph Vala. She won't be able to heal. She's taking damage from those guys. I think I'm actually going to push these guys off of this camp. I think that's actually going to happen. So we're going to do some inner circle damage here to Sergeant Hammer. We're going to take her out of the fight. I'm going to shield myself here. Polymorph the enemy Vala. And my friends, we have captured a mercenary camp in a 1v2 situation. I don't know what these spider mines are doing, but it was like they couldn't go in the capture circle. Wow, that was some aggressive supporting right there. Let's come in here. We're just going to auto-attack Tassadar away. And it looks like the friendly team is going to be able to take... Oh, wasted my teleport. I hit Z, like, on instinct to get on my mount, and it just started teleporting to Anubarak for some reason. I can't believe I got that middle mercenary camp. What the fuck? Alright. So we're counter-pushing top. Good initiate by our Anubarak. I'm going to give him the movement speed increase just in case he wanted to pursue a little bit further. Our Nazebo still completely tunnel visioning down in the bottom lane. It is Nazebo free week, so maybe he's paying close attention to the character because he's trying to learn it. I'm not really sure. We do have 2 stacks of bribe, and I'm real bad because I haven't used it, but our mercenary camp is going to be up soon, and I could potentially take that. I'm going to polymorph Sergeant Hammer, and it looks like he was also stunned by Tyrande. Sorry for the artifacting. I really should turn SLI off. My bad. My bad, guys. Do we want to push with this, or are we backing off? What are we doing? I'm kind of waiting to see what I should do for... Okay, let's put it this way. Tyrande has skill shots, Anubarak has skill shots, and Nazebo has skill shots. So I'm going to go with heal. I don't want to be moving people out of their skill shots that they're trying to land. I think that's a decent way of looking at it. Now I'm going to use my bribe stacks. I'm going to head down here and capture these guys instantly. Get those pushing for the team. Nazebo's still blindly pushing bottom lane. Looks like he's chasing Rainer. Let's come in here. We'll give him the speed boost, and hopefully he can secure this kill. And now I feel like we're pretty fucking overextended. Rainer may actually... Oh, God. We're getting turned on by the enemy team. I'm going to come in here, secure that Vala kill. I'm gonna chill right here if you guys don't mind. We know Tassadar's super low on health. I'm going to blink back to Rainer, though. I'm not going to dive too super deep for that. Going to give myself the shield, and now maybe try to re-engage. Let's try to land this Q. There we go, with the help of Tyrande Whisperwind. Wow, look at that artifacting. Look at those squares. This map is broke as shit on SLI. Most other maps, like, play absolutely fine. This one, for some reason, it's like, what, you want to use 2 graphics cards? How does that work? We are going to be picking up... Well, we don't really need sprint, do we? But what are our other options here? We could slow targets with our Q. That doesn't seem terrible. But I'm going to go with sprint. Sprint just seems better. We're going to be able to do all kinds of jukes with sprint. It's a little bit more selfish, I think, but it'll also allow me to get to my teammates a little bit faster. No one went for the middle mercenaries. I think this game is another shining example of broken matchmaking yet again. I'm going to check their levels at the end of this game. It just doesn't seem like my team really is playing well together, and it doesn't seem like the enemy team is doing things like the enemy team should be doing. For instance, the Vikings are still in one clump. It's just... Come on, Blizzard. Come on. I'm just checking for the sake of, like, checking now. Because I don't want to sound paranoid, basically. I like being right. Not that I'm still bitching about matchmaking, but it's still definitely imbalanced. I'm just trying to play the game and enjoy it. That's all you can really do at the end of the day. A new Barak. Getting chased in here, getting followed into the mines by the enemy team. Let's go ahead. We're going to sprint ahead after this Tassadar. He does have that shield, but inner circle damage on Sergeant Hammer is going to be pretty formidable. We can continue to chase these guys out of the mines. Again, hitting... let's go ahead and sprint. Again, hitting Tassadar for some decent damage. Depending on where... No, the minion wave is not on our side, but we do manage to pick up a kill on the enemy Rainer, and now we are pushing down the defenses of the enemy team very aggressively. All right, here we go. Also, earlier, when I took the middle camp, their team should have responded to that, and they didn't at all. I mean, I should not have been able to 1v2 a Sergeant Hammer and a Vala for a camp. I mean, that shouldn't happen. So I think this is another prime example of some fucked up matchmaking. Just checking in to see what the enemy team's doing. Some of them are missing. It looks like they are not here, though. We do not have full bribe stacks yet, although I believe we will soon. We need another 7 minion kills. I didn't really explain how bribe works. Essentially, whenever a minion dies nearby, it is going to give you a stack of bribe. And once you get 20 stacks of bribe, you can then go over to a mercenary camp and instantly kill them off. You basically instantly capture it. Well, you don't instantly capture it, but you can kill off the enemies and capture it very, very quickly. Saves your team a lot of time. Really good team utility ability. And not a lot of supports actually have it. I actually think Brightwing may be the only one. Although, don't quote me on that, because I have not memorized everyone's talents. Believe it or not. So we've picked up every single mercenary camp. I am going to be picking up targets take more damage from our polymorph ability. Not only is polymorph a great crowd control utility for your team, it's now going to be a kill utility. You could just see how much damage Jim Raynor did there without even knowing that polymorph is going to be active. I mean, it's absolutely huge. A good stun from Tyrande on the enemy Vala at the top of the screen. We're going to go ahead and give Nazeebo the shield here, and I'm going to jump in for some heals on him. Remember, every time we cast an ability, we're healing as well, and I believe that also counts for, it may just be basic abilities. I need to read into that. I was going to say, I think that also counts when we teleport to someone, we heal as well. Activates upon use of basic ability. Okay, basic abilities. So it does not count for our ultimate. But we're going to be able to sustain these guys just fine. It's looking pretty good that this is going to be the end of the game. Let's go in here. Polymorph, Sergeant Hammer. You can just see how much damage Sergeant Hammer takes because of our talent selection with that Critterize. That extra damage is just so potent. Let's go ahead and try to get in position to polymorph again. We are not going to be able to do that. I'm actually going to be stunned here by the enemy Vala, but I could have gotten out if I didn't teleport into Nazeebo that was also under a tower. It looks like our team's going to be wiped here with 55% health on the core. The Vikings are going to clean up this guy just fine. You can just see, like, he's kept his Vikings together the whole game. Don't get me wrong, the Vikings are really, really, really hard to play, but they excel at being split up. They excel at soaking XP. And granted, this is probably the worst map to play the Vikings on because there's only 2 lanes worth of XP that you could be soaking at any given time. But still, there's something to be said about that. The mines are opening up. Looks like a new Barak going to be going in the bottom mines. We're actually going to be pretty behind on this particular turn-in. One thing I can do, teleport to a new Barak right now. And then I can head up here, bribe these guys. So while the enemy team is in the mines, they're going to have to deal with this push. I'm going to just disregard Hammer. Go away. Alright, we'll bribe this. If you want to fight me, go right on ahead. I think you're polymorphed, though. Am I really out trading a hammer? I mean, come on. Look at this. Look at it. Look at it. I'm out trading a hammer. Hammer's running away from me. Come on, hammer. Come on, hammer. Fight me. Fight me, you fucking tank. Come on. Oh, you think that's gonna stop me? You think your towers and shit are gonna stop me? What do you think about that 500 damage right there? You get out of here, hammer. All right, let's go and actually help the team do stuff now. Teleporting in on Tyrande. We're going to show up right as this boss dies, so I can say that I am the reason we killed it and steal all of their glory. Let's go ahead and sprint after this Tassadar here. Hit him with the polymorph, and the circle damage is going to be enough to kill him. Dude, my Brightwing play is still pretty good. I don't play a lot of Brightwing. She is one of my favorite supports, though. Always has been. I think I might go for my next master skin on her, just because I enjoy the playstyle of being everywhere on the map at one time, it feels like. I mean, Brightwing can be so overwhelming from the enemy team standpoint. How do those mercenaries do? They do anything? I don't think they did. The zombies are going to be spawning soon. The giant gargantuan things are going to be spawning soon. We only have 32 skulls, but I do think that it's going to be enough for us to win the game. I'm just trying to use my blink heal as much as I can to keep these guys alive, and then I'm just spamming abilities, basically, to make sure that they're okay. Going to polymorph the Tassadar here, mostly for the healing output, because the team is taking a lot of damage here. Let's go ahead and throw out a Q, just, again, for heal's sake. We do have... There's no Vikings on that boat. What is this? I'm just going to shield myself, walk right up to Hammer. And be like, Hammer, you know whose lane this is, Hammer. Get out of here. Nazebo tanking a ton of damage. Once again, just spamming abilities to try to keep him alive. Mana is not too good, but we're Brightwing, so we can just recall. Then now I'm just going to right-click the core. We got this. This is going to be a good game. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please be sure to hit the thumbs up button. There are the stats for the game. I think the build's pretty solid. You can change up a few things. For instance, if you want to be a little bit more aggressive, you can take Envenom at level, 4? You can take Envenom at level 4, which allows you to get some extra damage over time. This is great for assassins that don't have a lot of healing. For instance, Jaina, or even versus Sergeant Hammer in some situations. That's going to be the way to go. I'm holding down tab. Look what it's doing to the chat channels at the bottom. Holy shit. So you can get in Venom. What else can you do? Either ultimate is viable on Brightwing. It's totally dependent upon the situation and how aggressive you want to play and your team comp. Because I was the only healer, the only, huge healing output, and because the enemy team was so strong with their damage output, I wanted to tank Blink Heal. Tyrande did get the healing totem, though, which definitely helped out in a lot of those team fights. But that's Brightwing. She's still fucking amazing. You can get Rewind at level 20, which means you can do the double polymorph. So polymorph them, they take 25% extra damage, rewind, and then polymorph them again right when the polymorph fades, and they're taking 25% damage again. Usually that's enough to kill even the tankiest of tanks. Also, on top of that, with the rewind ability and the talent we picked up at level 7 to be doing the AoE heals, you can throw out your Q, throw out your E, polymorph, rewind, Q, E, polymorph, and you just did a massive amount of healing to everyone around you, even without having to take blink heal. So there you go, Brightwing. Okay, I'm done talking. Bye.